In the meantime, we'll take a look at our News Focus stories. 그러면은 News Focus로 가보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 글로벌 경기 둔화에 대응하기 위해 기준금리 인하에 나서는 국가들이 늘고 있습니다. 호주도 이미 역대 최저 수준이었던 기준금리를 1.25%로 더 낮추기로 했는데요. 월스트리트저널은 호주가 올해 들어 금리를 인하한 국가 중에 가장 큰 경제 규모를 지닌 선진국이라고 설명했습니다. Let's listen to the story.
Australia's central bank cut its key interest rate to a record low 1.25% in a bid to kickstart the country's slowing economy. A slump in housing prices and the economic slowdown in China are said to be the key factors buffeting the economy. The bank also warned of further risks to the global economy stemming from trade disputes, which were affecting investment decisions. Blessed with bountiful natural resources, Australia has experienced one of the longest periods of continuous economic growth in the developed world.
네, 호주도 기준금리를 내렸습니다. 그리고 가장 큰 경제 규모를 가진 선진국으로 그렇게 평가가 되고 있어요. 이번에 기준금리를 내린 국가 중에서 말입니다. 그동안에는 물론 이제 타국에서도 이제 기준금리를 인하했죠. 뭐 말레이시아, 필리핀스, 아이슬란드, 스리랑카 등등 중앙은행이 차례로 기준금리를 인하했습니다만 이번에 이제 호주라는 점에서 좀 더 세계가 주목을 하고 있습니다. Australia's central bank cut its key interest rate to a record low 1.25% in a bid to kickstart the country's slowing economy.
So let's look at that word to kickstart. Now, technically, this was used originally for motorcycles. If we've ever seen those old movies where the motorcycle rider puts down a kind of a lever for his foot or her foot, and then they more or less kick that lever, and that starts the engine. So literally, that's a kickstart, but we do use that expression more figuratively just to get anything, in this case, an economy, which is a type of engine. It's an engine for the country. Anything that sort of stopped working or stopped moving, to get it moving again, to get it working again, we can use this expression to kickstart.
네, 힘을 불어넣어서 멈췄던 것이 다시 시작하게끔 한다라는 의미의 kickstart. The country's economy. A slump in housing prices and the economic slowdown in China are said to be the key factors buffeting the economy.
Right, so we need to look at this expression to buffet. Now, the spelling, B-U-F-F-E-T, is the same spelling as that wonderful restaurant we like to go to and have a buffet. It's also the same spelling, or at least a similar spelling, to that well-known investor, Mr. Buffett.
Yep.
But that would be capital B. Here, buffet means to literally strike repeatedly and violently. That's the literal meaning. It's often used for wind and waves. We could hear a report that might say strong winds buffeted the coast. More generally, however, we use this expression just about bad things. So in this case, the economy being buffeted by the economic slowdown in China and a slump in housing prices.
뭔가 뒤흔들다라는 의미가 있습니다. 그래서 여러 가지 요인들이 있겠지만 호주의 경제를 좀 뒤흔든 요인 중에서는 the economic slowdown in China 그리고 a slump in housing prices가 꼽혔습니다. buffet 얘기를 해주셨는데 우리는 보통 뷔페라 그러거든요.
Right.
네, 영어로는 그렇게 발음하진 않죠?
없습니다, 절대.
I want to go to a buffet. 그럼 알아들으세요? 잘 못
I don't
알아들으세요?
even think people would catch the meaning because it's so different from the English buffet.
buffet.
Yeah.
이렇게 발음을 하는 게 맞겠습니다. 갑자기 배고파지는데요. 다시 경제 얘기로 넘어가세요. The bank also warned of further risks to the global economy stemming from trade disputes.
So if we say that something stems from something else, that means it's being caused by something or even someone else, or that it comes from that other thing or other person. Here's a great example sentence. We could say, most of her health problems stem from an accident she had when she was younger.
무엇에 기인하다라는 의미의 stem from을 쓸 수 있겠습니다. Here it's talking about the global economy right now is going through a lot of risky factors that stems from trade disputes. And these are affecting investment decisions. Now, blessed with bountiful natural resources, Australia has experienced one of the longest periods of continuous economic growth in the developed world.
So when we say something is bountiful, we mean that there is simply lots of it. I think a word that we used not too long ago is abundant, and that has a very similar meaning. When we talk about things being bountiful, we are usually talking about good things. I can't imagine describing, even if there are lots of them, bad things as being bountiful. So
Right.
it means a lot, but it's usually reserved for good things.
뭔가 풍부한이라는 뜻의 bountiful 대부분 거의 항상 긍정적인 의미로 쓰입니다. So bountiful natural resources. 호주에는 정말 자연 자원이 풍부하죠. 그런 이유에서인지 호주가 지금까지는 뭐 여러 차례 세계 경제 위기가 있었지만 굉장히 잘 버텨왔어요. 그래서 한 28년 가까이 경기 확장세를 이어왔습니다. Let's listen to this story one more time.
Australia's central bank cut its key interest rate to a record low 1.25% in a bid to kickstart the country's slowing economy. A slump in housing prices and the economic slowdown in China are said to be the key factors buffeting the economy. The bank also warned of further risks to the global economy stemming from trade disputes, which are affecting investment decisions. Blessed with bountiful natural resources, Australia has experienced one of the longest periods of continuous economic growth in the developed world.
자, 두 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 지난 4와 5월 한 달 넘게 치러진 유권자 9억 명의 인도 총선. 저희도 몇 번 소개해드렸죠. 과연 그 비용은 얼마나 들었을까요? 바로 10조 원. 민주주의 선거 사상 최대치를 기록했습니다. Let's listen to the story.
India's recent election, billed as the world's largest, may also have been the world's most expensive, costing an eye-watering $8.7 billion to woo some 900 million voters. Publicity and logistics were said to have taken the lion's share of expenditures. In particular, polling stations had to be set up on remote islands or in jungles because of regulations that stipulate a maximum distance of 2 kilometers from voters' residences to polling stations. As many as 1 million polling stations were erected.
네, 아주 간단하게 2016년 미국 대선과 비교를 하자면은요. 그 당시에는 우리 돈으로 약 7조 원이 들어갔다고 합니다. 그런데 이번에 인도에서는 10조. 미국보다 훨씬 더 큰 금액이 들어갔는데 어디에 이렇게 돈이 들어갔느냐라는 것을 살펴보면은요. 역시 이제 세계 최대 선거라는 타이틀에 걸맞게 투표소도 뭐 어마어마하게 많았고요. 그 다음에는 인도 지역 특성상 뭐 이렇게 걸어서 몇 킬로미터를 가야지만 투표소에 도달할 수 있는 그런 지역들이 참 많았어요. 그래서 그런 걸 좀 방지하기 위해서 무조건 2킬로미터 내에 투표소를 설치를 하도록 한 게 이제 일단 하나의 비용 증가 이유고요. 그게 뭐 밀림 속이든 외딴섬이든 어디든 이제 설치를 했고요. 그다음에 테러 위협이 또 있어서 치안 병력도 대거 투입이 됐습니다. India's recent election, billed as the world's largest, may also have been the world's most expensive.
So we'll look at that phrase billed as. When you say something is billed as something else, you're kind of advertising it, or at least you're describing it. It can be a thing, it can be a person even, but you're describing it in a particular way, especially to make it sound interesting or important or a little bit grandiose. I could even say an example I could give that I think is very true. Electric cars are being billed as the automobiles of the future.
아하, 뭐뭐로 묘사되다라는 뜻입니다. 그래서 인도의 최근 이 선거가 It is being billed as the world's largest, 세계 최대 선거다라고 이렇게 묘사가 되고 있죠. It may have also been the world's most expensive, costing an eye-watering $8.7 billion.
Eye-watering. When we describe something as eye-watering, and that's E-Y-E, like your eye, hyphen, watering. Eye-watering describes an amount of something that is extremely high or extremely large or even just much higher or larger than you would expect. It's often used for prices. And in this case, of course, we're talking about $8.7 billion. That's even more than the U.S. election, as you mentioned. Certainly that is an eye-watering amount.
네, 눈물을 찔끔 걸릴 정도로 엄청난이라는 뜻이 있습니다. 이렇게 영어 표현 중에서는 굉장히 많다라는 것을 뜻하는 아주 다양한 표현들이 있어요. 그래서 이 자리에 eye-watering 대신에 뭐 stunning, staggering 이런 것도 다 들어올 수 있겠죠. 깜짝 놀랄 만한 아니면 넘어질 만큼 놀라운 뭐 이런 더 다양한 재밌는 표현들이 들어올 수 있을 텐데 이번에는 눈물을 찔끔거릴 정도로 굉장히 많은 $8.7 billion to woo about 900 million voters. Now, publicity and logistics were said to have taken the lion's share of expenditures.
Let's look at that phrase, the lion's share. That refers to the largest part of something. It refers to the majority. So going back to a story that we did recently about China and rare earths, we could say that China holds the lion's share of the world's rare earths.
아하, 가장 큰 부분이라는 뜻의 the lion's share라는 표현이 쓰입니다. 보통 우리가 share 그러면 뭐 주식이라는 뜻이 될 수도 있고 어떤 뭐 전체 중에서 얼마만큼의 뭐 일부분이라는 뜻이 될 수 있을 텐데요. 이제 사자만큼 큰 부분, 다시 말해서 가장 큰 몫이다라고 볼 수 있겠습니다. 그게 바로 publicity 그리고 logistics 아까 말씀드린 뭐 투표소 설치라든지 이런 것들. And in particular, polling stations had to be set up on remote islands or in jungles.
Right, so these are not just islands, these are remote islands. So the fact that we call them remote simply means that they are far away. So an island might be nearby, but if we describe it as being a remote island, then we know it's not close, it is far away.
네. 외딴 섬, 굉장히 멀리 떨어져 있는 섬을 remote island라고 하는데요. 이 remote라는 거는 멀리 떨어져 있다라는 뜻이기 때문에 우리가 말하는 리모컨이 원래는 remote control이죠.
Right, your remote control allows you to operate things from far away.
네, 원격이라는 의미가 이제 remote 안에는 들어 있습니다. Alright, let's listen to this story one more time.
India's recent election, billed as the world's largest, may also have been the world's most expensive, costing an eye-watering $8.7 billion to woo some 900 million voters. Publicity and logistics were said to have taken the lion's share of expenditures. In particular, polling stations had to be set up on remote islands or in jungles because of regulations that stipulate a maximum distance of 2 kilometers from voters' residences to polling stations. As many as 1 million polling stations were erected.
Okay, let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
I would be happy to do so. Our quiz this morning. The round we usually call palgang in a football tournament is referred to as blank in English. Is that number 1, quarterfinals, or number 2, and I think I've got this right, winner, game, eve, eve?
There you go. Let us know which one you think is the answer. 짧은 문자는 50원, 긴 문자는 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 쿨링 스포츠 젤 보내드리겠습니다. 자, 노래 듣고 와서 세 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴볼게요. This is Frank Sinatra, New York, New York. 자, 세 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴볼게요. 188년간 행방이 묘연했던 루이스 체스맨 세트의 체스 말이 스코틀랜드의 한 가정집 서랍 속에서 발견돼 영국 소더비 경매에 붙여집니다. 이 체스말의 가치는 130만 달러, 약 15억 원 정도로 추산된다고 하네요. Let's listen to the story.
A medieval chess piece that was purchased for just a few dollars in the 1960s is expected to fetch up to a jaw-dropping $1 million when it goes under the hammer next month. Historians suggest that the piece may have been carved in Trondheim, a locale known for its game piece artisans. As part of a larger set, the discovery of this piece means that 4 others remain at large.
네, 보도에 따르면은요, 이 체스말의 소유자는 원래 이제 할아버지가 1964년 골동품 가게에서 우리 돈으로 한 7,500원, 5파운드의 이 말을 구했대요. 근데 그게 이제 어머니에게 물려졌고, 어머니는 그것을 서랍 속에 그냥 고이 간직하고 있었는데, 이번에 발견을 한 겁니다. 이 체스말은 1831년 스코틀랜드 헤브리즈 제도에서 발견된 루이스 체스맨 세트의 사라진 말 중에 하나예요. 그래서 상당한 가치가 있고 루이스 체스맨 세트는 총 98개의 기물이 있는데 그중에 5개가 없는 채로 발견이 된 바 있습니다. Alright, well, a medieval chess piece that was purchased for just a few dollars in the 1960s is expected to fetch up to a jaw-dropping 1 million.
Well, let's look at a couple of expressions there, starting with to fetch. Now, this has two meanings that I think we need to talk about. First, we'll talk about the one here. To fetch is an expression used when something is expected to achieve a particular price when it goes for sale, especially at an auction. So we often hear about expensive paintings, artwork, cars, or other things going so-called under the hammer, going up for auction. And when we expect them to reach a certain price, we use this term to fetch. The car is expected to fetch $2 million when it goes up for sale.
원래 이제 가져오다라는 의미의 fetch인데요. 얼마만큼의 가치가 있기 때문에 이런 돈을 가지고 올 그렇게 것으로 추정이 된다. 한마디로 그만큼의 가치가 있다라는 거죠.
Now, the second meaning, and I think maybe even the more common one, is that's a game that we play usually with a dog. If you have a tennis ball, if you have a stick, if you have basically anything, show it to your dog and say, want to play fetch? And you throw that stick, and the dog runs and picks up the stick and brings it back to you. The dog is fetching the stick. The game you are playing is just fetch.
맞아요. 가지고 와라는 뜻의 fetch. A lot of dog owners will have said this many a time.
Sure, of course.
근데 우리나라에서는 뭐라고 하는지 갑자기 좀 궁금해지네요. 가지고 와 이렇게 하진 않는 것 같은데
No idea.
혹시 반려견 있으신 분들 이제 강아지한테 뭐 물건 이렇게 던져가지고 가지고 오라고 할 때 특별히 쓰는 그 짧은 표현이 있나요? 영어의 fetch에 해당되는 거?
I'm sure we'll hear many.
네, 알려주세요. 오케이, 그래서 여기서는 it will fetch a dropping $1 million.
So we use this term jaw-dropping, and it's exactly like eye-watering in terms of its structure. It's jaw, J-A-W, hyphen, dropping, jaw-dropping. And that describes something that is extremely surprising, impressive, or shocking. It doesn't always have to be a big price in this case. We could say like this. Many people described Lady Gaga's concert as jaw-dropping.
Right, it's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. It's jaw-dropping.
It is.
깜짝 놀랄 정도로 입이 떡 벌어질 정도라는 뜻의 jaw-dropping이 여기서 쓰였습니다. Let's listen to this story one more time.
A medieval chess piece that was purchased for just a few dollars in the 1960s is expected to fetch up to a jaw-dropping $1 million when it goes under the hammer next month. Historians suggest that the piece may have been carved in Trondheim, a locale known for its game piece artisans. As part of a larger set, the discovery of this piece means that 4 others remain at large.
And what's the answer to the quiz?
Well, if your team is in the round of 8, that means they are in the quarterfinals. Our answer this morning, number 1, quarterfinals.
Indeed. 1번이 정답입니다. 많은 분들이 반려견에게 공 던졌을 때 뭐라고 하는지 보내주셨어요. 은도리라는 아이디 쓰시는 분이 물어와! 이렇게 얘기를 한다고 해주셨고요. 비슷하게 김선혜 님이 물어! 이렇게 한다고 알려주셨고요. 그 다음에는 끝번호 3895 쓰시는 분은 저는 그냥 강아지 이름을 말합니다. 공을 던진 다음에 아롱이 이렇게 하면은 가서 가져온대요. 아하, 영어로는 fetch. 오케이. 자, 오늘 퀴즈 정답이 quarterfinals였는데요. 맞춰주신 분 5분 추첨했습니다. 강석은님, 끝번호 3281 쓰시는 분, 6000번 끝번호 쓰시는 분, 그리고 유연숙님, 그리고 장윤석님까지 쿨링 스포츠 젤 보내드리겠습니다. 모닝 스페셜 홈페이지에 들어오셔서요. 그 비공개 게시판에 주소 남겨주세요. 오케이. 선생님, 오늘의 표현은요?
Well, again, I want to go back to News Focus 2 and look at the expression, the lion's share. I thought maybe some of our listeners could use that if they're giving a business presentation in English, because the lion's share refers to the largest part of something. So maybe they're giving a presentation on the statistics of their sales in their company, and if it's over 50%, that means it is the majority, it's the largest portion. They can say, as you see here, the lion's share of our sales come from China.
아하, 대부분, 가장 많은 부분을 차지한다라는 의미의 lion's share라는 표현을 쓰실 수 있겠고요. 이렇게 뭐 PPT라든지 발표를 할 때 이 표현 하나 넣어서 statistics, 통계, 수치 이런 거 얘기를 하면은 또 굉장히 좀 멋있을 것 같아요.
I think so, yes, absolutely.
You can also talk about doing the lion's share of work, for example.
Yes, there are many, many news reports about how women do the lion's share of household chores here in Korea.
네, 이게 좀 바뀌었으면 좋겠습니다. 앞으로는 한 10년, 100년 후에는 men do the lion's share of child rearing and household work 이런 얘기를 좀 들어봤으면 좋겠네요. Anyhow, thank you so much for that, 선생님.
Always a pleasure, and we will see you again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, coming up in hour 2, we have 영작 극장 as always, and we also have our travel segment with Alex. Where will we be traveling to? We'll find out in just a bit. First, a song by Shiver Ray. This is Good Night, Moon. And of course, it's not quite the evening yet, but I'd like to dedicate this song to all of our listeners out there. When we come back, we'll find out about the weather as well. Stay tuned.